Babes, हिलाओ मत. So here's the snapshot of all the things that you're going to require mainly to create these cookies, bake these cookies. I have taken two bowls of all flour, all-purpose flour, which is maida. Take it in these ratio only. I mean, if you want to make lesser cookies, then you can use just 1 cup, and then you will have to halve the butter. So like for 2 cups of flour, I have taken 1 cup of butter. I have taken 1 cup of sugar. Now please have a look at this. This is brown sugar powder. So it gives a good consistency and texture. This is white sugar powder, caster sugar. Again, we'll have to see these things. Then there is 2 spoonful of cocoa powder, 4 tablespoon of milk. Then I have baking powder, baking soda. I have this coffee pouch, which is a good addition, and I'm using it in butterscotch flavor because my essence is also in butterscotch flavor. Now let's get these things together, and we will follow a process. It's best if you can follow the same process because I have watched around over 10 videos to come to this process, and bake the one of the best cookies that I have ever tasted baked by me. Also, since this is going to be a choco chunk cookies, I have bought these compound chocolates. You can obviously use good quality chocolates, but this is like a milk chocolate and this is dark chocolate. So I'm going to be using a mix of these two. These have been in room temperature for quite some time. So is the butter. It's not too it's not entirely melted, nor like it has. I mean, its shape is intact, and it's not entirely melted or frozen. So like I said, let's start with the butter. It's not too hard, but it's like soft consistency, but it's holding its shape, and it is not at all melted. So this is 1 bowl of butter that I'm going to keep in this. So this is the consistency of the butter. It is salted butter. I'm going to add some brown sugar powder, half a cup of sugar powder, and then I'm going to whisk it. Like I'm going to bring it all together to make it into a cream consistency. I'll have to change the bowl here. I take a bigger bowl for this purpose. I'm going to empty all the contents here. The idea is to mix it first as much as possible. And then take a whisker. And then give it a nice whisk. So in it, I'm going to add a tableful of essence, which is a butterscotch essence in my case. And again, give it a nice whisk. For the dry ingredients, I'm going to sieve these first. I'm going to take all-purpose flour, like I mentioned, 1.5 cup. This step I'm doing so that everything gets mixed properly. So I'm adding this cocoa powder, which is 1/4 cup of what it was originally. Then we're going to need some baking soda, which will have to be about 1/4 tablespoon, which is like about 1 teaspoon. So this should suffice. The idea is that it should all come together. There is one more ingredient that I forgot to mention in the ingredient list, which is 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to add a chewiness texture to it, like this. And then we're going to mix everything together, and we're going to ensure that it comes out all clean without any crumbs. Give it a nice mix. All the ingredients should come together. Sometimes what happens is that baking soda remains in one place, so you don't want that. You will not get the consistent results in case that happens. So you want to ensure it has all come together. To this, I'm going to add a hint of salt. I'm going to create a concoction of milk. I will take some milk here, and I'm going to add give it a nice stir. This will act both as a binding agent and as something that will enhance the flavors of the cookies, because we are looking at butterscotch cookies here, butterscotch flavor. Get our dry ingredients together. Give it a last mix, nice mix. I will be using a bigger spoon for this. And now it's time to add our cream. It is nicely whipped. You can take it off with a spatula and cover the dry ingredients in it, like so. In fact, there's no shame in using your hands for this particular part. You want to ensure the cream is nicely mixed in the dry ingredients, and eventually we want to get a dough-like consistency. So there's no harm in using your fingers, getting your hands dirty, and kneading it like a dough. As mentioned before, I'm going to be adding the binding agent. See, with the help of cream, the dry ingredients have already come together. It's just that we need this to kind of bind it all together. I'm going to ensure that the coffee is fully dissolved, mixed in this, and this would look a little cheeky, but this is the process that you have to follow no matter what. This is for the dough. It's come together. If it seems a little too liquid, you can dust in a bit of flour or all-purpose flour, and if you find that it's a little too dry, you can use additional milk to it. So as you can see, it's very creamy and it's nicely done. So I'm just gonna let it freeze for a while. Let's get to the best part of this cookie, which is milk in the dark chocolate. You can get a knife like this, you can get a chopping board like this, and here is the milk chocolate that I have. I'm just gonna chop it roughly. You want to ensure that you roughly chop it. I'll just show you what kind of chunks we are looking at. We're looking at chunks like these, you know. So this is what the chocolate chunks look like. This is milk chocolate. So I'm just going to transfer it in a bowl. Now there are two ways to include it in your cookies. One is you mix it in the dough itself. The other is you top your cookies with the chunks. So this was milk chocolate. I'm also going to use the dark chocolate. Here is a dark so here is a dark chocolate slab that I've used. I'm going to chop it in the same manner. These look really big, so I'm going to cut it into half. There is no other way to chop this chocolate. This is how you have to do it, the hard way out. So ensure the chocolate is always lying in at room temperature. Some more, and that's what dark chocolate looks like. You can save these shavings if you want, or you can add it to the milk chocolate also. So here's both the chocolates, the milk chocolate and the dark chocolate. You're going to, let's take the baking dish, and you're going to use the parchment paper for this, just to spread it here. You can secure it here. So our baking dish is kind of already ready. I'll show you how the dough looks like. It has hardened a bit. It looks like a proper dough. Now you can take the dough like this, press it, add the chocolate chunks of your choice. You can dig it in a little, like so. It can be a little time consuming process, but this will make it very, very personalized. And place it on the baking dish. So for now, I have created this batch with dark chocolates. I have left a few for garnishing purposes and to be mixed in the milk chocolate ones. I mixed the chocolate in chocolate chunks in the dough. And so I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 servings of this particular dough. And I'm going to sprinkle some brown sugar on top of a few cookies just to check how it turns out. So I'm going to take, like, casually, I'm going to take some brown sugar. I'm going to just lay it on the top of like a few cookies. I just want to see how it turns out. Ideally, it's supposed to burn. I'm going to do it to at least 4 of the cookies. And then I'm going to add a little bit of shavings of chocolate at the top that I saved. And now this goes in the oven. My microwave has been preheated. The cookies are ready to go inside. I'm just going to show you. So see, it's warm enough. I'm going to use a low heighted tray for this. I'm going to keep the baking dish over it like so, like this. And then I'm going to bake these cookies for about 180 degrees for about 11, I'd say 12, but I'll probably put it off before that, so 12 minutes. Okay, so start. Alright, these are still in the oven. My next batch is already ready for the milk chocolate. I'm just gonna add some dark chocolate to a few to make it a double chocolate cookie. Actually, since these are remaining, I will add it to all of these. These are 7 in numbers. So there it is. A little I have put on each cookie. And this is how it looks. So it's done. This is how the second batch looks like. I'm gonna take it out of the microwave. So this is how it looks. When you touch it, it will feel a bit gooey and it can break very easily. But if you let it sit for a while, it will take its shape and harden and become more like a cookie. It's pretty soft. I'll show you. So this is what the cookies look like. I'm gonna sprinkle some chocolate shavings on it.
These look like
Professional.
জিনিস পড়ে যাবে বাবা, কয় না